Today is the day. Yes, it is spring cleaning day. Also, we can get some further information about the upcoming Omega Days event and so many things, as well as people are getting their accounts banned again. I don't know. Something seems to happen. Something in the water at the moment, isn't there? Speaking of which, the game went down. Did you notice it? It was probably a blip. If you went out to the Discord, the Marvel Contest of Champions Discord, everyone was asking, not everyone, a lot of people were just asking for compensation, and then the game came back on. So look, that was a thing. It's surprising. A lot of people can't live without Marvel Contest of Champions, which is nice when when you're passionate about something. You're passionate about something, but it's surprising. It is surprising. But yeah, the game came back. That's basically it. Next up, Omega Days. Of course, we did a couple of videos on this yesterday, which is quite weird because I'm recording it the same evening that I'm recording it, but that's because that's how I do the MCN. I record everything the night before, just so I can actually get things out on time. Otherwise, it'd be really logistically difficult to do it if how I used to, which was I'd record it in the morning and then put it out midday, but it's just not possible nowadays. Maybe that'll change in the future. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the Marvel Rivals channel does. By the way, go and check out the Marvel Rivals channel. Link is in the description as always. Posted a few videos. Looks like people are interested, so I'll start pushing it a bit more on that channel soon. So as the game goes into closed alpha in May 10th. So anyway, back to Marvel Contest of Champions based coverage. So Omega Days. Look, a lot of people were very much they were quick to jump on this particular situation because look, at the end of the day, people want information, they want it quick, although the event doesn't start until the 8th of May. I'll be still doing those spreadsheets. I want to focus on spring cleaning first before start building any kind of like spreadsheet or infographic or anything as to a process for this particular event, especially because we have a large amount of time still available. I still got time to make some kind of infographics and things for it. Of course, some of the revelations is that, look, everyone's quick to kind of put things out, data and whatnot. Is it right? Is it wrong? I haven't really committed to anything except for kind of pointing out some stuff, but I do want to stress, just calm down. We've still got time to figure stuff out and as well find out like how far we can go. And also for free to play, and also, do you want to actually lose any of your own units towards this event? How far can you go without doing so? Look, we've got so many questions to answer. It was great as well. We got a good answer from Kabam Crashed on the matter of you can go and do Alpha Route event for uncollected and above. So Paragon and Valiant players will have access to both. So there you go. That is good. I'm not overly kind of like annoyed about this particular event. I think I want to get spring cleaning, focused on, figure out what we get for free, and then go, look, have things been good? Have things been bad, and really take it from there, because obviously it's kind of like, yeah, we're meant to have a bit of fun with these events. Unfortunately, of course, on an early assessment, it does look like Mega Days has a very big like spending curve to access some of these. What is first time we're seeing 7-star awakening gem. I know it's a mega awakening gem. I should have been more specific to that when I was reading it. A mega awakening gem, but I think it's the first time they've put out a 7-star awakening gem, regardless if it's just specific to a mega. What is a mega? Is it just specific stuff, specific pool of champions? We'll have to see, but I rank 2 to 3 gem as well. Man, I'd love to get a Mega Sentinel 7-star. Please give me that. That's a great champion. I'm having so much of a good time with the 6-star version, which I've got a rank 5, 6-star and Ascended. A great champion. A lot of fun. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, a bit of a topic for Friday. Have Sagas been a letdown? For me personally, quick answer, no. Long answer, maybe. Okay. Straight off the bat, no, I don't think they've been a letdown because they've added a narrative to 3 months, I think it is, of what we're doing, what's it part of. Long answer, yes, maybe a letdown because of things like complacency, boring side quests. But unfortunately, that comes under the banner of those particular like things. It's like if there was a side quest like there was now, which a lot of people aren't really interested in, it's like, boom, like, okay, people aren't interested. Does that come under the banner of Sagas? Yes or no? You look at it different ways. This next event coming in looks fun. This kind of crystal opening type event looks fun. Incursions might play a part into May as well. Again, that fun for some, not for others. Battlegrounds, fun for some, not for others. It is very much debatable on that one. But the complacency is things when it comes to side quests within it. Like destructive feedback is the same copy paste thing as last week. The same way with the other quests are. With the maze, it just hasn't hit as hard as other types of things. But look, well, I do wish Saga as well, especially because having that global boost is fun, and especially a narrative around new champions coming in. Champions, I'd love to see champions being buffed around it, but I don't think that's the case, or reworked around it. I think it was a happy coincidence for Nightcrawler, etc. But yeah, this is a good point here by Chobley, who says, I think it's early days yet. I wouldn't say it's failed at all, but a new edition, so let's give it some time to settle in. Caution should always be baked into the major change like this, so let's see where it goes. The boost they're given to Saga is kind of negligible to make it worthy of choice. Okay. Outside of War, which is a mess right now, agreed. And Battlegrounds, which is what no one seems to be playing anymore. I think people are saying still playing Battlegrounds. It's just the case of people not playing to the extent they were before. The whole Saga thing is irrelevant to most areas. I think it's a little bit harsh saying that one, but you know, each their own. What Sagas even is other than 10% boost and collecting 120 runes for 7-star Nightcrawler. The chase to that 120 is somewhere more grindy than Deathless Champs. That's a fair point. I'd like a story element to it. I'd like cutscenes to play a part into this. If we're creating, that's the other thing. Why, you know, have they failed? No. Quick answer, no. Long term, maybe. Because don't you want to create a story around it? What's the story? I'm sure Kabam have created a story, but like, do you know what the story is? What's the story with this Saga thing? Something to do with Krakoa? Would a nice kind of motion comic, cutscene type thing? You know, online comic book. What if Kabam did that, like an online comic book that people could kind of like follow on a monthly basis? That would be cool. We'd probably read that for the MCN. At least I give it some coverage, but it's just finding out what are these meant to kind of like do or be a part of and stuff like that. I don't know, it's a good point. The vision was there, but the Mysterium gimmick has been terrible. I don't know if it's totally terrible, but I do get when you talk about a gimmick, you know, is it a gimmick? Is it gimmicky? And stuff like that. It's interesting to find out where people are with it. And Kabam, Jax responds back to all of this. And I think it's definitely good to get feedback, sentiment. Bring that to the team. See what people are saying. I think we laid our intentions with Sagas pretty clearly. I'm seeing a lot of you with expectations that don't align. I don't know. I've read a few things that have got some good points back. Sagas is meant to be a narrative and artistic wrapper. That's where the problem is. What's the narrative and artistic wrapper like? Or maybe like the artistic wrapper's there, but the narrative and the story to go with it feels flat. Like I kind of feel like I want to really get around Sagas in the long term, but I feel that what's going on? Like that's the thing. I'd love to go like, okay, well this is the important thing. Like I don't know, a transmission comes up, like cutscene to kind of bring you into Sagas. Cutscene, transmission, help this character do this. Okay, so this month I'm helping this character do this, and we're following the process through the different, or the saga. These months, we're working on this, where this champion you're helping out to go from here in March, do this in April, and do this in May. And you're following the story of how we're on Krakoa, we're doing this for this reason, for this goal, and the end result, and a twist at the end. But you never really know what's going on with it. And I guess that's the thing, is trying to get people around that idea. And I'm not talking about something that's going to be like, oh, big boring cutscene motion comic stuff, but integrate those stuff. You know, as I said, the comic book, the virtual PDF comic book, or something we can, as a community, go, hey, Rich mentioned this in the MCN. Hey, they put this out on Twitter. hey, they made a motion comic version that's on YouTube. That really gets everybody together, kind of like cogs are turning and kind of getting around the idea. Anyway, connects content across numerous areas of the game, creates a more cohesive experience and spotlights specific champions. I get that, and I think that's definitely the relevant point. It's just a case of getting the player base around the idea. Unfortunately, when side quests like mazes, and I don't know if a currency based system worked, maybe that person said about it being gimmicky, made a point. Is it too much? Is it something that, would it be better just to make it more quest orientated? Would it be better to put some kind of like special solo event of some description in, a new type of mode, integrate stuff into other areas that don't get used much, like arena, maybe even some sort of questing in some sort of degree, like use certain champions in lower content. I don't know, like it's up to Kabam to kind of look at ideas the community is saying. I think the execution has been right in line with all of this. Debatable. It's meant to provide additional content and additional rewards, which it has and will continue to do. I don't think anybody's knocking the rewards on this stuff. I just wasn't there something that players were saying the rewards are trash on? I don't know. I think because we're seeing stuff like spring cleaning tomorrow with lots of freebies, the May event's going to have some freebies to it. I feel that that's going to kind of mitigate a lot of that. So I think the rewards bump has been there. We're just got to see how this goes into the next saga. I think sagas aren't meant to be disruptive. They're meant to add value to things that most summoners are doing already and slightly adjust approaches to certain content. Yeah, well, look, I do agree with that one wholeheartedly. It would just be a case of, I think, bringing people along for the ride and understanding what's going on. And if there's meant to be a narrative, well, what's the story to this? You know, to get around the idea. Take away from the like in-game. I want to find out why are we back in Krakoa? Are we back in Krakoa? Well, where are we in what kind of story? Kind of take it from there and kind of create more of a story narrative with it to the artistic wrapper. So you kind of get an idea of what's going on. In any case, like, what are your thoughts? Let's put it in the comments. Now we're going to move on to something that this is the, second or third time in what seems to be months break. Like, I'd say between February, March, April. No, we're in April. Maybe about 2 months. We haven't talked so much about, maybe 3 months. We haven't talked so much about bans. All of a sudden, in the last week, we have had instances of bans re-emerging once again. And this is, it's concerning because people are doing it. Slightly funny, kind of. Interesting. Okay, so this player says, "Hello, Kabam. I banned from the game for cheating in Necropolis. The reason is I didn't cheat. It took me 3 weeks or more just to complete one path, and that's the reason I've been banned. I have kids and also a real live, so it's normal when I don't have time to rush a mission or something like Necropolis. So please help." Okay. We've all been there. We know what's going to happen. Now, I just thought I'd check out this player's account just to see, like, what the state of it is, and it's actually a really sizable account. We're talking like a huge rating, like a 3 mil rating on it. It's pretty darn substantial, and as well, 62,404 quest fights won, 21,665 PvP fights won. So a lot of time in arena, a lot of questing, war MVP, like a good amount of times. Yeah, this is pretty sad then that this person lost their account. Why were they banned? Well, here's the thing. Kabam Crashed offers some insight onto the matter, saying, yes, the good old solo of an entire Necropolis path using only Hercules. The 44-second Silver Centurion solo is particularly impressive. Look, is it a case that Kabam get it right? And did they get it right and did they get it wrong? Yep, Kabam get things wrong. Do they get a lot of the stuff when it comes to these bans wrong? Not a lot of time. They're kind of got like a 99% hit rate when it comes to banning the right people for cheating, okay? The fact is, they see data like this 44 seconds to defeat something that would take at least 30 minutes, maybe even a little bit more depending on the champion versus the content. And look, not many people do be bringing in Hercules into Necropolis, just saying. So that already is a red flag. Okay, and the final story is to remind you that today is the spring cleaning event. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it. Should hopefully be doing some guides that will be out later on in the day and then going into tomorrow. So yes, look out for that. Should be an exciting time. Are you looking forward to it? Are you looking forward to trading your poolies? Will you be able to get them all in one hit? No, we have to wait a little bit of time until next week, of course. Don't get too excited about that, going like, oh, I can grab them right now. Of course, if you're a spender, you can grab them early because you can buy loads of poolies. Yeah, other people will have to wait a length of time, especially with the solo event grabbing the largest amount at 420k. And in case that's been the MCN for Friday, check out some other content located on screen. Try and have a bit of a laugh over the weekend. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.